Hello, hello, English learners! Welcome to Speak Unstoppable. I'm Maria, and I'm here with Joun. This is your calm, safe space to explore English through real conversations, gentle reflections, and ideas that actually matter in your life. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need to speak fast. You just need to be present.
And I'm John. Hi. We're really happy you're here. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches all of us, no matter where we live or what we do: money and happiness. We all think about it, right? We work hard, save money, dream big. But does having more money really make us happier? Or is happiness something deeper, something that money alone can't buy?
And before we get into the heart of today's story, we want to share something we've been working on because many of you asked for it. You said, please tell us the English level of each episode. And you know what? That makes total sense. So now, every episode will clearly show whether it's for beginner, intermediate, or advanced learners. That way, you can choose exactly what fits your level. No more guessing, no more confusion.
Exactly. And today's episode is perfect for B1 learners. So if you're at an intermediate level, you'll get a lot from this. Not just listening practice, but reflection and vocabulary too.
And to help us dive even deeper, we have Crystal joining us today. She'll share a story about money and happiness, something you can listen to, reflect on, and maybe even shadow for English practice. Thanks, Maria and John. I'm really happy to be here. Today, we're exploring something many of us think about every day: the connection between money and happiness. But instead of talking in general terms, let's take a quiet moment to reflect.
I like that approach. Sometimes it feels like the louder the world shouts about money, the harder it is to notice what really makes us happy.
Exactly. And here's a gentle truth. Sometimes, without realizing it, we use money as a mirror that tells us if we're successful, if we're valuable, if we're doing enough. We compare ourselves to others, their earnings, what they buy, where they travel, and suddenly, our own quiet moments of joy feel too small. That's such an important point. We've all felt it, that little voice asking, "Am I enough?" Yes, and here's another truth you might find comforting. Your worth has never been about money. You are not a number. You are not a paycheck. You are a person, and your value can't be measured in dollars.
That's powerful. It's easy to forget that, especially when life around us seems to measure everything in money and success.
Let me give an example. I knew someone who earned very little, but she always smiled. She grew herbs in tiny pots, made tea for neighbors, and talked to the postman like he was family. Her life was simple, but she never questioned her worth. Somehow, that quiet confidence felt richer than any salary I'd ever heard of. Wow, that really puts things in perspective. It's like happiness isn't something money can buy. It's something you notice, nurture, and share. Exactly. And here's the subtle shift. Comfort is not the same as contentment. Money can buy comfort: a warm blanket, a safe home, a cup of good coffee on a rainy morning. But contentment, that quiet feeling of "this is enough," comes from connection, presence, and noticing what you already have.
That makes sense. You could have everything and still feel restless, or have very little and feel deeply at peace.
Let me share another moment. I once stayed in a luxury hotel. Everything polished, quiet, perfect. But I felt alone. That same month, I visited a friend in a tiny studio. We cooked together, laughed, and slept on a simple mattress on the floor. That night, I slept better. It's the small, shared moments that create true contentment. That's so beautiful. It reminds us that the question isn't, what can I buy to feel better? But, what do I already have that makes me feel whole? Exactly. And as we think about that, we also need to talk about something most people forget: time. Time is the quietest form of wealth. Every job, every task, every dollar earned costs time. But we rarely pause to ask, is this how I want to spend my life? We chase more success, more status, more stuff, and while we run, the quiet moments drift away.
That hits hard, doesn't it? The moments we think are small, they're actually where real life and real happiness live.
And as we continue, let's pause and think about time, the quietest form of wealth. Every choice we make, every task we take on, even every dollar we earn, it all costs time. And we rarely stop to ask ourselves, is this really how I want to spend my life? That really hits me. We measure success in numbers, paychecks, and achievements, but not by the moments of presence. Those small, unnoticed moments, the morning light, a slow walk, a conversation with a friend, they hold more meaning than any material gain.
Exactly. Those moments drift away while we chase more money, more status, more things. And before we know it, the days pass and we haven't truly noticed them at all.
And that's where contentment comes in. Contentment isn't about having more. It's about recognizing when we already have enough. And the small act of giving, even something tiny, can expand our happiness rather than diminish it. A kind word, a smile, a helping hand, they all remind us we're connected. I love that. Often we think we need more to give more, but even the smallest gesture can bring someone joy, and ourselves too. The heart expands in ways that money never can.
I remember seeing someone hand their umbrella to a stranger in the rain. They walked away soaked but smiling. That moment felt richer than any paycheck. The joy wasn't in possession, it was in presence and connection.
And then there's clutter. Not just physical, but mental and emotional clutter. Too many tasks, too many commitments, too much stuff. It blocks our ability to notice peace. Our minds feel crowded, restless, and distracted. Less clutter, more clarity. Cleaning a space can be simple, yet it frees the mind. And the same is true for our inner world. When we remove distractions, we notice what matters most: time, connection, presence.
And when we start noticing what's already here, we begin to feel enough. Enough doesn't mean average. Enough means peace. It means knowing where to stop so that life doesn't get buried under the weight of more.
I once met someone who lived simply. One bedroom flat, a secondhand bike, no social media. Every morning they brewed coffee slowly, fed the birds outside, read poetry, and just existed in that quiet way. That was their version of enough. It wasn't about having more, it was about noticing more. Those small moments, they carry more meaning than any purchase, any upgrade. The first sip of morning tea, the laughter of someone you love, a deep, unhurried breath. These moments are the foundation of happiness.
And the magic is, when we feel enough, giving becomes natural. It's not out of obligation or guilt, it's joy. Sharing even the smallest thing, a kind word, a smile, a helping hand, can make life richer for both the giver and receiver.
And then there's the trap of chasing status, gadgets, or bigger paychecks, thinking it will make us happy. But real peace comes from time. Time to rest, to reflect, to spend with people we love. Time is wealth that can't be earned back once spent. Money can buy comfort, yes, but not presence. And it's the small, quiet moments, the morning sunlight, the first sip of tea, the sound of laughter, that often carry the deepest happiness.
And sometimes, noticing these moments is a practice. We have to slow down, pay attention, and be fully present. Because happiness isn't something to chase, it's already here, in what we already have.
And when we act like we have enough, giving comes naturally. It's not about having more, it's about appreciating what we have. And the beauty is, giving doesn't shrink happiness, it expands it. Even a small gesture can connect us to something bigger than ourselves. And thinking about presence is noticing the moment, being fully there, not distracted, not chasing the next thing. Real peace comes from noticing and savoring.
And here's the kicker. Time is the currency we forget. Every job, every task, every dollar earned costs time. And while we're busy chasing more, those quiet moments drift away unnoticed.
And the truth is, real happiness often lives in the overlooked moments. The hum of morning, the gentle sound of rain, a smile from a loved one, a simple shared meal. They are small, yes, but they carry everything. That's what I love about this. Learning English through reflection, through real-life examples. It's more than words. It's about understanding life while improving yourself.
And every insight, every story, every gentle truth helps not just with English, but with clarity, with perspective, and with how we live our lives.
And the best part? Happiness doesn't need to be earned. It's already here. We just need to notice it, appreciate it, share it. Presence, enough, giving, clarity. They're quietly powerful, and they're accessible to all of us right now. Every reflection, every small story, every gentle reminder, they help us grow in English and in life. And as we continue, you'll notice that applying these insights makes learning and living richer at the same time.
And when we combine reflection with practice, small acts of giving, noticing moments, slowing down, our understanding grows deeper, not just of English, but of life itself.
And as we continue noticing what truly matters, let's talk about priorities. So often, we fill our days with tasks that feel urgent, but don't actually move us closer to what we want. Yes, I see that all the time. Checking emails, answering notifications, scrolling endlessly. By the end of the day, it feels like we've done so much, yet nothing important.
That's the treadmill effect, isn't it? Lots of motion, lots of effort, but we're not going anywhere meaningful. And meanwhile, the quiet moments, the things that really matter, just drift away.
Exactly. And one way to take back control is through simple prioritization. Ask yourself, is this task truly important or just urgent? The distinction makes a huge difference. And it's amazing how many of our urgent tasks are really distractions in disguise. Things that feel pressing, but if we step back, we realize they don't align with our goals.
So the trick is not to be busy all the time. It's to be deliberate. Focus on what actually matters. Quality over quantity. Presence over pressure.
And here's another challenge: burnout. We push too hard, say yes to everything, thinking ambition is defined by exhaustion. But exhaustion isn't ambition, it's a warning. Yes, burnout is subtle. At first, it feels like dedication, but over time, it steals joy, focus, and even our ability to learn. And it often happens because we lose sight of what truly matters.
And the key is small, intentional steps. Not every task needs your full energy today. Choosing what to focus on, when to rest, and when to say no. These decisions create space for meaningful progress.
And here's where thinking like your future self becomes powerful. Instead of asking, should I do this now? Ask, what would my future successful self do? That shift changes your perspective completely. I love that. It's like creating a mental blueprint. Your future self is calm, deliberate, and intentional. By imagining how they act, your decisions today start aligning naturally with that vision.
Exactly. And it's not just about productivity. It's about living in a way that supports your growth, your happiness, and your peace of mind. Small actions build habits, and habits build identity.
And habits are easier to form when we focus on small wins. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire day, pick one meaningful action. Finish one task. Notice it. Celebrate it. Momentum builds quietly, steadily. And this also helps with distractions. Social media, endless notifications, minor tasks, these can pull us off course. But when we focus on one intentional action at a time, our brain naturally resists drifting.
And that's when you notice the rhythm of life again. Work, rest, connection, reflection. It starts to feel manageable, even joyful, because you're not running blindly, chasing more. You're living deliberately.
And let's not forget perspective. Often we think we need more money, more recognition, more stuff. But sometimes enough is already here. Enough isn't average, it's clarity, presence, and peace. And the magic of enough is that it allows generosity to flow naturally. Time, attention, care, support, we give freely when we feel we have enough. And giving expands happiness in ways money never can.
I love that. Even small acts, helping a friend, complimenting someone, taking a moment to listen, can create ripple effects that feel bigger than any achievement.
And when we pair this with intentional time management, we notice the real currency, our hours. Money comes and goes, but time spent wisely, connectedly, intentionally, it shapes life itself. And reflecting on time helps us notice what's unnecessary. Tasks, commitments, clutter, even relationships that drain energy. Removing them clears space for what matters most.
It's like pruning a tree. Cut away the dead branches, give energy to the healthy ones, and suddenly, growth is natural and steady.
And as we do this, we start aligning with our future selves. The small decisions today compound into a life that feels intentional, peaceful, and joyful. And the beauty is that English learning becomes part of this practice. By reflecting, noticing, and applying insights, we grow language skills and life skills together.
Every choice, every small action, every moment of presence, when we notice them, they build momentum, clarity, and confidence.
And the takeaway is this: slow down, notice, prioritize, and act like your future self. Don't chase more blindly. Choose what matters, give freely, protect your time, and create space for presence. And as we keep doing this, even the small victories feel bigger. Because happiness isn't in grand gestures, it's in alignment, clarity, and mindful living.
And remember, every day you can start small. One meaningful task, one moment of connection, one reflection. That's enough to build momentum, joy, and purpose.
And as we bring this conversation to a close, Let's pause again to notice the small moments. The gentle hum of morning, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the laughter shared with someone you love. These aren't small at all. They're the real treasures of life. Yes, those little moments remind us that happiness doesn't need to be earned. Sometimes it's already here, quietly waiting for us to notice. And the more we practice noticing, the more naturally it blooms in our day.
And when we combine this presence with the lessons from earlier, intentional time, prioritization, thinking like our future self, we start creating a life that feels richer, not because of money, but because of clarity and purpose.
And here's something I want you to try today. Pick one small act of generosity, one moment of presence, one intentional choice that aligns with your values. Notice it, savor it, and feel how it changes your day. Even tiny steps create momentum. If you notice one joyful moment, act on one meaningful task, or give one kind word, it sets a ripple that can carry through hours, days, even weeks.
And here's the beauty. Every ripple counts. You don't need grand gestures. The smallest things, helping a friend, pausing to listen, savoring a cup of tea, can build a life that feels abundant, joyful, and deeply satisfying.
And remember, it's not about chasing more endlessly. It's about noticing, prioritizing, and aligning our daily actions with what truly matters. Money can buy comfort, yes, but time, presence, and connection? Those are priceless. And this is where we invite you, our viewers, to share your reflections. We want to hear from you. What small moments bring you joy? How do you create time for presence in your busy life? Drop a comment below. Your story might inspire someone else in this very community.
Exactly. Your comment isn't just feedback, it's a ripple. It helps others see that they're not alone, that these small moments matter, and that learning English through life reflections can be meaningful and fun.
And while you're sharing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Each episode is designed to help you grow your English, explore real-life topics, and practice reflection in a way that feels calm, engaging, and achievable. And here's a little secret. Subscribing isn't just about notifications. It's a commitment to yourself, a gentle promise to keep learning, noticing, and taking small steps toward a life that feels aligned with your goals and values.
And while you're at it, hit the like button if this episode gave you insight or inspiration. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts, your small wins, or even your struggles. Every comment makes this space richer, warmer, and more supportive.
And let's remember the vocabulary we explored earlier. Contentment, worth, presence, enough, burnout, drift away. Use them in your reflections, in your conversations, and notice how they change the way you think about money, happiness, and your own life. Because growth isn't just about learning English, it's about connecting words to feelings, ideas to actions, and reflection to intention. Every small word, every gentle thought, every tiny step, combined, they create momentum.
And that momentum doesn't just improve your English, it improves how you live, how you prioritize, how you give, how you notice, how you slow down and savor. And every time you come back here, you're strengthening that momentum.
So before we say goodbye, let's take a collective pause. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath. Notice one small moment you felt gratitude for today. Hold it. Let it fill your mind, your heart. And when you're ready, open your eyes and carry that moment forward. Let it influence one action today, small, intentional, and meaningful. Share it in the comments so we can celebrate it together.
And remember, your engagement matters. Comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, they're more than numbers. They're proof that this community is alive, thoughtful, and growing together.
So as you continue your day, hold these reflections gently. Notice the quiet moments, the intentional actions, the ripple effects of giving, and the presence in your life. And remember, your happiness doesn't have to be chased. It's already here, waiting to be noticed.
Thank you for being part of this journey with us. We hope today's reflections, vocabulary, and gentle reminders give you both English growth and life insight. And don't forget, share your moments in the comments, subscribe, and stay connected.
Until next time, be kind to yourself. Notice the small joys and keep taking those intentional steps. Your progress doesn't end here. Explore the next video, try the exercises, and let's continue growing together.